Eve, it's Joe.
Oh, hey, Joe. What's up?
I'm just over at Karen's, but I wanted to call and check on Neil.
Oh, I just left his room. He is knee-deep in the Swiss Family Robinson.
That's my boy. If anything comes up, would you just page me?
I know that you're worried about Neil, but why don't you just hang out with Karen tonight and try and have some fun? You two deserve it.
You read my mind.
Bye.
What?
You still have that hot pink dress I always loved.
You mean the one I have to paint on?
Mm-hmm. That's the one.
Yeah, I might have to rescue that from the dresses I've had no reason to wear lately pile.
Put it on. You and I have plans tonight.
We do?
Yes. I'm going to my house to change. When I get back, be ready for a night out in the town.
Yes, sir. What exactly are we celebrating?
Our first date in a very long time.
Oh.
Tonight, we're going to forget about all our problems.
Let me begin by saying that my judgment here today in no way speaks toward Julie Devlin's innocence or guilt in regard to the criminal charges against her. My job is to determine whether Miss Devlin is of sound mind to enter into marriage. Despite the compelling arguments against this union given by Detective Garcia and Dr. Collins, I find no evidence that Miss Devlin is incapable of understanding her actions or that she is being coerced or manipulated in any way. Therefore, I'm granting Julie Devlin and Christopher Ramsey permission to be married.
According to city records, Julie and Chris don't have a marriage license yet.
Any legal way to stop them from getting one?
Go to the state Supreme Court, request an Article 78 hearing that prohibits the town clerk from issuing them one.
And on what grounds?
Julie lacks the mental capacity to be married.
This time they caught us unawares. Next time we present evidence that counters the competency test that Rachel performed with Julie and Judge Ender's ruling today.
Mark's gonna pull a few strings. See that you're Julie's court-appointed psychiatrist.
Pays to be best friends with the police commissioner. I think our bride-to-be wants a word. Excuse me.
Yeah.
You hate losing, don't you?
This isn't a game, Julie. I just want what's best for you.
Marrying Chris is what's best for me. I wish you could believe that.
I do, too.
And what makes you think you know if I'm capable of love?
That's not what this is about.
That's exactly what this is about. Excuse me.
You really don't know when to quit.
Oh, I'll quit when I believe that Julie isn't being conned into marriage by a gold-digging manipulator.
What's going on in Garcia? Are you jealous?
Of you, hardly.
Then why don't you butt out and let Julie have a life?
Oh, she can have a life. She can have a great life. As long as it's not one that includes her being outside of Ferncliff and married to you.
I'm afraid you're about to go 0 for 2 in the wish department.
I know that look on your face. Said, I can't believe the judge made such a lousy decision look. And believe me, I've been there many times.
You were very impressive in the hearing.
Well, I hope you weren't offended by my defense tactics.
Not at all. You were only doing your job.
You didn't approve.
You're determined to find Julie competent. I feel the exact opposite. It seems to be a recurring theme with us.
Now, I'm very interested to know, why is it you insist on minimizing the extent of Julie's recovery? After all, what I know about your background, you yourself made an astonishing recovery from a deeply traumatic situation.
I didn't know I was one of your case studies.
I make it a point to know everything I can about my colleagues. I also know that you were an excellent doctor before and after your unfortunate episode.
What you said about me to the judge, if I didn't know how much money was in this for you, I'd almost think you cared.
I do care. We brought Christine into this world together, didn't we?
You saved her life.
Now I'm trying to save yours. You can count on me.
I'm not used to having a man I can depend on.
Yeah, we'll get used to it. Because I'm not going to bail on you. All we have to do is get you out of Ferncliff, and then you, Christina, and I can be together. You have my word.
Ask Mac to give me a call when you get back, will you? See if he can give me some details on that Article 78 idea.
Will do.
Thanks.
Hi.
Wow. Yeah, that's the dress, all right.
Are you sure? Because I could always throw on a pair of overalls.
Oh, no. Don't you dare. Look, gorgeous.
Thank you.
Oh.
Thanks. So can
Anyway,
I get you a
I
glass
was
of... Okay. You first.
No, I was worried that I was late. Yeah. I stopped by the hospital for a quick visit with Neil.
How is he?
He's putting the final touches on a 58 Ford Fairlane model. The kid never stops. It's amazing. You know, even after all the tests and the chemo, he refuses to give up. Yeah. He's got more guts than anyone I know.
Well, I could think of one other person. You're smiling.
Well, I have a lot to smile about. Neil, you, tonight.
So, where to, Dr. Scanlon?
Well, you get one hint.
Oh.
Think back to our first date.
Uh-huh. Gee, that seemed like centuries ago. A lot has happened since then. A lot has changed, too.
Not everything's changed.
No, I still get backflips in my stomach when I'm with you.
Well, I get some butterflies myself. Come on. Lark will kill me if we're late.
Lark?
Mm-hmm.
What are you up to?
Well, just come on. You'll see.
Okay. Hey, you're home.
Oh, I guess the hearing didn't go very well.
The judge ruled in Julie's favor. She and Chris can marry.
How can that judge find Julie competent?
2 words. Rachel Locke. You should have seen her. Smooth, convincing, oozing sincerity from her pores. I'm convinced that woman doesn't have a sincere bone in her body.
Well, I'm sure Miss Sweet-Talking Julie Devlin did her best to persuade the judge, too.
Oh, to say nothing of your friend Chris. What a performance.
You're taking this kind of hard.
Yeah, well, it's not just this. It's everything. Italy, Victor.
You know what? I am pretty burnt out myself. What? What is this strange look you have on your face?
Oh, yes, I know. That's my boy have I got a brilliant idea look.
Is that what that is?
Mm-hmm. Trust me, you're gonna love it.
Romance here, called ahead, and had the chef prepare the exact meal you guys had on your first date. Now, why can't I find a guy like that?
You planned all this?
I wanted tonight to be special. 2 surprises. And you.
Cheers. So, did you hear? Julie's hearing was today to decide whether she's competent to marry Chris.
What a joke.
Why do you say that?
Well, I know Julie's a friend of ours, but she should be locked up for life.
Even if she's innocent?
You think she is?
Well, shouldn't she get the benefit of the doubt? People deserve second chances, Joe. I know you believe that.
Well, reasonable people, yes, but Julie should pay for her crimes.
If she did them.
Besides, her and Ramsey's marriage has to be a scam.
Oh, I don't know. They sure went through a lot of trouble to be together. Maybe they're really in love.
What do you say we agree to disagree? Sure. Good. Because tonight is our night, isn't it?
Yeah.
All done.
Not quite. The prenuptial agreement. Now we can make this all legal as well. In the event of divorce, Dr. Christopher Ramsey will continue to receive half of the patent proceeds from the drug referred to herein as DL56. This stipulation shall apply without conditions, including but not limited to length of marriage.
We did it, kid.
You're a genius.
Well, you inspire me. Well, I have to say there's nothing sexier than seeing you in my sweater.
You know, it's amazing. It's amazing how, ooh, yeah, right there. How no matter where you are, everybody sees the same stars. You know, like Victor and Mary are seeing the same stars that we're seeing right now. And Chris is seeing the same stars. Even Julie can see these stars.
Hold it.
Whoa.
There's a few things that we're not going to talk about out here. Victor, Italy, and especially not Julie Devlin.
Okay. All right, but it's gonna be hard not to think about something when you're told not to. Ooh, that was creepy.
Now what?
I just had this major sense of deja vu. Like, I said what I just said in Italy. Oops, sorry, I didn't mean to say Italy. I'm sorry.
Eve, we came out here to try and get away. So let's just get away, okay?
Okay, you're right. Have you got any distractions?
As a matter of fact, I have.
Oh, that's nice. Hey, what's this?
What the heck? That's just new pages from my book.
Oh.
Would you like a little bedtime story?
Well, I'm not quite ready to go to sleep yet.
Dr. Ramsey, please.
Congratulations. You're a free woman. Oh, I bet you can't wait to get your old life back again, huh?
You have no idea.
Oh. Thank you.
Here she is, Christina. Here's your mommy.
Oh, Christina. Oh, I told you I'd come for you. Yes, I never gave up, baby. I guess this is where we part ways.
No. This is where we begin.
This is Dr. Ramsey.
Hi, it's me.
Are you okay?
I wanted to tell you something I should have said before. What I said about you at the hearing today, I meant it. Every word.
Well, like I said, I care about you, Julie. And after all, we're going to be husband and wife, right?
That's right. Mr. and Mrs. Town Pariah.
Yeah, it has a nice ring to it.
Well, that's all I called for. Guess I'll see you later.
Julie.
It was a great day.
One of the best. Thank you for taking care of my little girl. Yes, come on. You are Mommy's little girl. Yeah. Oh, you're so beautiful.
What was that for?
For being the most incredible guy I've ever known. You not only gave my baby life, you saved mine. You really are a hero, Chris.
I had a wonderful time tonight.
Hey, you sure you're okay staying alone here?
Yeah, the sofa bed got a little cramped last night.
No, it's definitely not built for two.
We ended up pretty tangled in each other. Yeah.
I'd be lying if I said it didn't feel terrific.
Yeah, me too.
I guess this is the end of our date, huh? Weird.
Yeah, but nice.
You are beautiful. Hey, listen, I better get going. I got an early shift tomorrow.
Okay.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Thank you for a great evening.
Thank you.
She was the kind of a woman who knew how to open a door. Not just any door, all doors. The one to his heart, the one to his soul, the one to places he never dreamed he'd go. She was the most beautiful woman he had ever seen. And he was the envy of all men. With one look from her deep, dark eyes, he felt invincible. She was the rarest of all creatures. A woman who knew how to love a man. And when he held her in his arms and felt her strong, steady heart beat against his, he knew he was holding a miracle.
You wrote that about me? Oh, gosh, Kevin, I can't live up to that.
You already have. What's wrong?
Your writing is beautiful. But it's very sad, you know? A woman in search of her missing child.
What made you think of your son?
The one that called me Mommy. That voice I heard.
It wasn't real, Eve.
I know. I know. I keep telling myself that over and over and over. But the same question keeps popping up in my head. What if? What if it is real? What if my son is alive?
So, Neil looks good. His cough's gone. Temp's back to normal.
Yeah, and he finished Swiss Family Robinson in record time, I might add.
Oh, the boy's a genius.
It's my kid.
Neil's very lucky to have you for his father.
And you for his doctor.
Oh, welcome to the Joe and Karen Mutual Admiration Society.
Well, that works for me.
Yeah, me too.
So now what?
You mean, where do two people who've known each other since they were kids, fell in love, broken up, gotten back together, had one successful date go?
Yes, that's exactly what I meant.
I was hoping you'd have the answer.
Oh, come on, help me out here.
Well, when it's so much fun watching you sweat it out.
Who's sweating?
Not me, I'm cool.
Mm-hmm.
So you want to go out again?
Do you?
I'd love to.
It's another date, then.
Another date.
Ooh, mark the date. Frank Scanlon is up before noon. I haven't seen that in a while. What's the occasion, huh?
I thought you'd be gone.
Oh, we're grumpy this morning. Hungover? Here, have some coffee here.
I'm not hungover.
Well, you've been doing something with your nights. If it's not drinking, what is it, huh?
None of your business.
Mm-hmm. Since when did you start carrying a pager again, huh?
Obviously, you haven't heard about the nasty things that happened to the kitty who asked too many questions.
One, two, three. Obviously, you haven't heard. I like to live dangerously, Frank. What?
Forgot my jacket.
Huh. I didn't even notice. Bye. Oh, what are you up to, Frank? Where did you get all that money?
I just had the most beautiful dream.
Really? Tell me about it.
I had a dream that we went camping out by the duck pond, and there was this tent all set up and everything, but we never quite made it inside the tent. Instead, we spent all night making love under the stars.
Well, what do you make of that? I had the exact same dream.
Oh, it's nice to get away, isn't it?
Yeah, even if it is just a few yards from the house.
Well, it might as well be miles, because I haven't thought about any of my problems until now.
Well, I guess I'll just have to think of some way to make you forget about it.
Okay, mister.
Hey, Eve. Kevin's. Hey. Well, so much for the best laid plans. Nice little escape to the great outdoors.
Well, you could call it an attempt at one, anyway.
Hey, next time take me to the local motel where they have a do not disturb sign.
Well, it's a good thing I noticed your tent when I was parking the car. Otherwise, I'd have been doing some camping on my own on your doorstep.
Sounds like you want to get a hold of us pretty badly.
Something going on, Scott?
I'm going after Bordeaux, and I figured you guys want to be involved. So, those antibiotics Karen put Neil on did the trick.
The fever's gone.
Mm-hmm.
And the cough?
No more symptoms.
Oh, thank God. Well, that certainly explains your good mood.
Well, partly.
Care to share the rest?
Yeah, why not? The whole world will know soon enough. Karen and I are working our way back.
That's great.
Yeah, we had like a first date since we broke up.
Uh-huh. And it went well?
Well, I knew I missed her. I just never knew how much.
Joe, got a second?
Just, what's up?
Ever the gracious little brother. That should cover what I owe for the mortgage and the other bills I'm overdue on.
Where the hell did you get this kind of money, Frank? In cash, too.
No, it's not counterfeit, if that's what you're thinking. Courtney, a pleasure as usual.
Never short on surprises, is he?
Well, it seems to be the order of the day. First you and Karen, now Frank.
Well, at least mine was a good one.
I'm going to see Neil.
Okay. Catch you later.
Mm-hmm.
I knew it was too good to be true. You're a bank robber, aren't you?
No, but Frank might be. He gave me this, said it was to cover his share of the bills.
Where did he get that kind of money?
Good question. Unfortunately, he wasn't in the mood to answer.
Yeah, well, you should have seen Bordizzo's face when I called him and said, "Smile, you're on candid camera."
I'm not with you. You tipped him off?
Well, yeah. The idea was not to keep an eye on him, but to provoke him.
And the purpose of that was what? To make a bad situation worse?
No, to show him that he's no longer in charge, that we're calling the shots.
Wait. Why warn him? Doesn't that give him the advantage?
Not necessarily. Bordizzo's the kind of man who thrives on control. You take that away from him, you strip him of his power.
Exactly. So that now we're in possession here. We're the ones that are going to run for the goal line, you know what I mean?
This is not football, Scott. Is that what you're talking about? DV is dangerous.
He's the other team. You got to psych out the other team, Eve.
And that's how you win the game.
That's right.
Oh, man. You guys have a major case of testosterone-itis.
Well, if that's what you think, that's what gives us the incentive to go into bad leave to protect you girls.
Oh, sure. And in the meantime, you all get yourselves killed, and then what do us girls
have? A little faith in the opposite sex.
Yes. You see, we've got to meet him on his own turf and put together the best team we can.
Well, you can count me in.
All right.
All right. Okay, me too. But we have to be smart about this. Don't football players study the opposition? They get to know everything they can about the opposite team.
Right. Well, we can start by talking to Victor, see if he can finally tell us whether or not Bordizzo had anything to do with what happened to us in Italy or not.
How it all relates to the Cobra.
Whoever or whatever that is.
Well, once we crack that open, we're there. We're on our way.
What if we find out we're going up against the U.S. government or the CIA or something?
Well, so what? I'll fight anybody I have to protect my family.
Oh, great. It's sweeping statements like that scare me.
You won't do anything rash if that's what you're worried about.
I'm just not sure that going after DV so openly gives us the best edge.
Come on, what are you talking about, Eve? He's going to be in Sing Sing before he even knows what hit him.
Well, maybe. But the question is, where will we be?
Oh, come on. Maybe we should take a break.
I'm not tired.
Well, I am. Let's rest over here for a while.
You're really cool, Uncle Frank. Every time you come to see me, I forget about my leukemia. I wish you could stay here all the time.
Me too. Hey, how about the next best thing?
What do you mean?
Well, something to keep your mind off being sick when I can't be around. Okay? Here. Pick a pocket. Any pocket.
No way!
It's yours, champ.
Oh, my gosh. I begged Mom for this last Christmas. Promised to take the trash out every day for the next 50 years. She said it's way too expensive.
Well, nothing is too expensive when it comes to you.
Have you been thinking about us going out again?
Every second I wasn't with the patient. How about you?
Nah, guys don't go for that romantic daydreaming stuff.
Oh.
Okay, maybe a little.
What's wrong? Never mind.
Hey, buddy.
Dad, check this out.
Mm.
Isn't it cool?
Looks expensive to me. Makes a person wonder where you get all this money, Frank.
Neil! Hey, how did you escape from your room, huh?
Uncle Frank helped me.
Uh-huh.
Look what he gave me. And before you say it, I know it costs a fortune. I already told him that, and he said it didn't matter.
Uh-huh.
Apparently money's no object to Frank.
Not when it comes to Neil.
I think it's time to get you back into bed, young man. Come on.
Okay. Thanks again. You're the best.
Yeah, I'll come to see you soon, okay?
Okay.
See you, sport. You know, it's amazing. For weeks, you can't pay your bills, and then you're clear of all your debts and buy Neil an expensive present.
All this without a job. How's that possible, Frank?
What's the matter to you? Either of you.
Plenty if you're doing something illegal.
Where do you get off?
Oh, please, Frank. It's not like you're above breaking the law. Or haven't you heard? It's against the law to spy on somebody with a telescope.
Here we go again.
Yeah, here we go again. You doing something underhanded to get what you want.
You know, it's funny. I don't remember getting what I want at all.
Okay. All right. Here they are. There you go.
Treasure Island and Captain's Courageous. Cool.
But not as cool as this game Uncle Frank gave you, huh?
Mom?
Hmm.
How come Uncle Frank and Dad fight so much?
Brothers just fight sometimes, honey.
They didn't used to. Is it because of me?
Hey, no, absolutely not. I've already told you that, Neil.
Then what?
I've known Joe and Frank a long time, and they've had their differences. But they love each other a lot, and they've always been able to work things out.
Will they be able to do that this time?
I hope so. For all our sakes.
Sounds like a pager.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Uncle Frank forgot his jacket.
Well, don't worry, sweetie. I'll make sure I get it back to him, okay?
Well, come on in. Oh, Victor was so happy to hear you were coming over.
Did he understand what you were saying?
Oh, yeah. Just about every word.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah, we're happy to have the professor back.
Still have a way to go, but I'm getting there.
Well, that's the best news we've had in a long time. Welcome home.
It's grand to be back here.
We missed you very much, Victor.
Yes, we have, Victor. And we've got a couple of questions for you.
But only if you're up to it.
About Italy.
You remember going there?
Oh, yes.
Oh. Sit down. The only problem is he doesn't remember why he went there in the first place or what happened to him when he got there.
You don't have any memory of it at all?
Well, nothing more than a few flashes.
Flashes? What do you mean?
Well, let's see. The Pantheon. The Fontana di Trevi. Oh, yes, I have a very clear memory of walking along the Via Appia Antica. Or is it the Antica Appia? Did you know in 312 BC it was completed by Appius Claudius?
Victor, that's really interesting, but we need a little more personal stuff, like why were you there?
You see, Kevin and I followed you to Italy.
We were told that you died of a stroke.
How morbid of me.
He even saw your body on a slab in the morgue.
Still ticking?
Does any of this ring a bell?
Think hard, Victor. It's important.
Victor, there was a man named Zoran. He supposedly worked for the American embassy.
None of it sounds familiar. I can't put the pieces together. I'm so
It's all right, Victor. It's all right. You've come a long way already. You'll remember everything soon.
Oh, absolutely. You've just got to allow your medication time to work.
Victor, I just have one more question. May not mean anything, but it's worth a shot.
No, go ahead.
You remember when we were in New York looking for Lucy a few months back?
Lucy, yeah.
Remember Bordiso had tricked her into staying with him, and you and Scott were trying to get her away from him.
You mentioned something about an undercover agent called the Cobra, and you hinted that it could be David Bordiso.
Victor, can you tell us something about the Cobra?
So, how does some fresh air sound?
As in going outside?
Well, I think you've been lounging around this hospital long enough. Let's hit the patio.
Okay, since you're going to be with him, I'm going to just go home and grab some lunch, okay?
Okay, take your time. We'll be fine.
All right, and I'll make sure Frank gets his jacket.
Oh.
All right? Have fun. I'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye. See ya. Bye. Okay.
Hey, Courtney.
Hi.
Have you seen Joe? I thought we might have lunch together.
Oh, it looks like you two are on the road to patching things up.
Yeah, we are.
Good, I'm glad. You're a good person, Karen. You deserve good things to happen to you.
Is this change of heart because what I've done for Neil?
Yes, it is. And it's not only the medical care you've given him. Joe told me you weren't going to stand in the way of him having a baby with me.
Well, if it's the only way to find a donor match for Neil, of course I won't try and stop Joe.
No, I don't know if I could be so generous.
Well, I want Neil to get well. That's why I'm supporting Joe in his decision.
Thank you for caring for my son. In spite of what it may cost you.
Bill, my jacket.
Oh.
Been looking all over for it.
You left it on the back of Neil's wheelchair. Let's bring it home for you. Oh, your pager went off, too.
Thanks.
Going down?
I'll take the next one.
Cobra. Cobra.
That's right, Victor. Cobra. What does it mean?
I have absolutely no idea.
Brother.
I'm sorry I let you down.
You're doing your best, Victor. That's all we can ask.
Why can't I remember? I've got to remember. I have to remember.
Oh, sweetheart, now don't upset yourself.
We should go.
Yeah.
Thanks for trying, Victor.
Victor, listen, if you come up with anything, please don't hesitate to call.
Right away.
Get some rest.
Thank you for coming.
Do you think they bought it?
For now. But if they figure out you've made a total recovery, then what?
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Eve and Kevin are not going to learn what happened in Italy from me.
They're really safe as long as they're in the dark?
And only as long as they're in the dark, which means that somehow, some way, I've got to convince them to drop this whole thing.
Listen, all we have to do is wait for Victor's medication to kick in completely. Once that happens, he should remember everything.
What if he can't?
Then we'll know that he was subjected to the same memory manipulations that you and I were.
That'll take us twice as long to unravel this whole mess.
Then we'll just have to double our efforts until we have the answers. And we can keep you out of danger.
Well, look, I got a little newsflash for you, Kevin. As long as Bordiso's on the streets, we're all in danger. And if he's connected to your Italian adventure...
I know. The man has more of an agenda than any of us suspected.
Yeah, we got to keep digging until we nail Bordiso, and he's out of our lives for good. Kevin, there's no way that you can help Victor get his memory back?
No, we just have to wait this out.
Damn it.
Tell me about it. If only Victor were back to normal already. This waiting to find out what happened to us in Italy is driving me nuts.
Well, you can bet Bordiso's behind it.
Well, if DV is this Cobra guy, I have one thing to say. The name fits.
I can't figure out why he's after you two or Victor.
Join the club. At least with you, he has a reason.
My father taking my mother away from Bordiso, that's some reason.
No one said it was rational, all right?
Well, I'd like to beat Bordiso to a pulp. One punch for everything he's done to my family. I figure by the 15th punch, he'd be dead as a doornail.
Great, great, yeah. And then you'd be in Sing Sing making license plates for the rest of your life.
Whatever it takes, you know, to protect Lucy and the girls. Oh, wait, it's my phone. Hello? Yeah. Really? Good. Thanks for telling me. I'll be there. Bye.
Problem?
It's one of my guys said that a woman called. Wants to meet me at the Port Charles Grill. She's claiming to know who Christina's mother is.
Scott, you know, this could just be another false alarm, like
Yeah.
that woman who went to claim DV's reward,
Yeah,
remember?
right. False alarm or setup.
Bordiso.
Yeah, exactly. And if he's behind this, he's gonna regret the day he met me.
All right, Frank, time to see who's in your pocket.
Yeah.
Who is this?
Who's this?
You know who this is and what I want.
You've got the wrong number.
Wait.
Do you have anything to drink in this house? I'm dying of thirst.
Well, it must be from all that hard work you're doing over at, Wait, where is it you're earning the big bucks anyway?
Your questions are starting to bore me.
Then maybe you should try giving me a straight answer. Like why you haven't been to bed in the past few nights.
Us vampires are nocturnal.
Most bars stop serving your kind at 2 a.m. So what's been keeping you busy till dawn?
Why do you care so much about where I go and what I do?
Because we have a son, remember? And seeing that he has leukemia, I might want to know how to reach you in case there's an emergency.
I've been keeping tabs on my kid. Why are you looking at me like that?
Because I believe you. That you're being responsible when it comes to Neil. It's the only area you ever seem to get right. You cheer him up and joke around with him the way you listen to him when he needs a friend. Why is it he's the only person that brings out that side of you, Frank, huh?
Maybe because he's the only one who doesn't judge me.
Well, between the two of us, I wonder where he got that trait, huh?
Neil is the best thing I ever did, and I can't even acknowledge it.
No, it's because he's just too sick to handle any kind of emotional
Okay,
stress
I know,
right now.
I know. I've heard the lecture. Just don't worry. For now, I'll keep playing the part of the generous uncle.
Yeah, a little too generous, if you ask me. Unless, of course, you won the lottery and forgot to tell us about it.
I've been working some odd jobs here and there, okay?
Okay? If that's all there is.
Just be happy that I'm in a position that I can give Neil whatever he needs.
He already has me for that. And Joe.
But Joe is not his father. I am. And I promise you this, I will not let him take my place forever.
So let me guess, you're trying to figure out who to vote for in the presidential primary?
Sorry. I was just thinking about the little boy's voice I heard.
The one that keeps calling for his mommy.
The question is, who is his mommy?
I think we owe it to ourselves to take one step back and ask ourselves if this child really exists.
Well, exactly. Do you think that maybe it's possible? Never mind. Never mind.
Do I think he could be yours?
The voice I keep hearing, the image you keep seeing. What if it is my son and I don't know, he's haunting us or something, you know?
You mean like a ghost?
Or what if he is alive and he's trying to contact us through ESP? He would be about the same age as my son would be if he lived.
That's true, but I think it's more likely that we're the victims of post-hypnotic suggestion or brainwashing or even drugs.
It's not far-fetched to think that maybe the doctor who delivered my baby told me he was dead and he really wasn't.
And then he turned around and gave the child up for adoption?
Yes, I mean, think about it. You hear so much about these black market babies being sold all the time nowadays. What if, oh, God. There I go again. Allowing myself to think that my son somehow survived.
I know how much you'd like that.
If my son is out there somewhere alive, I have to find him.
Hello.
Hi. You expecting someone?
Well, I thought so.
Don't tell me you got stood up.
Well, it's kind of hard to get stood up when the person you're supposed to meet doesn't exist.
It sounds like a very late, very bad April Fool's joke.
Well, I'll soon find that out.
Why don't you sit down? Join me for a drink while you wait.
Well, all right. Well, I just found the person I was supposed to meet, so I will speak to you later. You love sending people on wild goose chases, don't you, Bordiso?
I'm a little confused. Wasn't it you who lured me down to the hotel lobby so you could break into my room?
Well, that was just the beginning of what I'm going to do to you.
So it appears that it's my move, huh?
Well, that would be kind of difficult since Lucy and Serena are hidden away, and Karen has got 24-hour surveillance around her, so it looks like you're out of luck.
When I want something badly enough, I make it happen. But I'm not telling you anything you're not already aware of. You know perfectly well that your family's not safe, and that it's only a matter of time until you lose each and every one of them.
Whoa, knock it off, Scott. You know, this is getting old. Oh, come on. What is this, Garcia? You show up every time I'm about to Grody on his payroll?
His bodyguard called me the moment you pulled into the parking lot.
Well, you like to cover your bases, don't you, there?
You broke into my room and you bugged it, and now I can't even enjoy a meal without being harassed.
Did you bug his place? Bug it? What are you talking about, Garcia?
You better hope. You better pray I don't find evidence to the contrary.
Yeah, well, just like there was no evidence when my firehouse was broken into. There was no evidence when the brakes on Lucy's car were tampered with.
I had an alibi for all those incidents. How about you, Baldwin?
Well, I was with my daughter Karen and her boyfriend Joe.
That's convenient, much like your appearance here.
Yeah, well, I'm here to meet someone.
Detective, this is stalking, not to mention assault. Are you going to do something about it?
Scott, are we going to eat dinner or not?
Is this who you're meeting?
Yes. Is there a problem with that?
No problem. Good. You two have a nice night.
All right, Frank. Let's see what you're up to in this charming part of town. This ought to be good.
The way that man looks at you.
Yeah, well, I'm getting a little sick of it.
It's pure hatred. What does he have against you anyway?
You know what? It wouldn't be very good conversation to have with cocktails.
Yeah, well, you know what? He's staring, so why don't you at least order a cocktail so we can appear to be convincing?
Well, he knows that I'm not here to have cocktails with you.
How could he?
Because he suckered me here under false pretenses so that I would come here and I would get upset and I would grab him and then the cops would come in and then I'd be arrested.
Well, I'd say we foiled his plan.
So what are you doing here?
What do you mean, what am I doing here?
Well, I don't know. Pretty young doctor like yourself, new to town. I would think that the guys would be lining up.
Well, it's not so easy to find enjoyable company, actually. But then I'm sure I don't have to tell you that with Lucy out of town.
Yeah, meals just aren't the same without her and without my kids.
Well, you see, that's another reason for me rescuing you. I thought we might be able to fill the void in each other's life.
I just think that there's more to inviting me over and having a drink with you than meets the eye here.
I really do enjoy your company. As a friend. And you're right, I couldn't pass up the opportunity to talk to you about Julie.
Trying to convince me that Julie is innocent, huh?
She is, I know she is, and I'm gonna prove it.
Well, what do you care about my opinion, then?
It doesn't do Julie any good to be acquitted by a jury and not by the citizens of Port Charles.
So what does that have to do with me?
You wield a lot of influence in this town, Scott. I'd really like to have you on my side.
You mean on Julie's side?
I do.
What did I ever do to deserve you?
You want the short list or the long one?
No, actually, I'm serious. You know, this whole time I've been going on and on about how I'm hoping that my son is still alive, and I haven't once even considered how you would feel. I mean, how it would affect you or us.
Well, one thing's for sure. We wouldn't be able to fool around on the dining room table anymore.
How would it really affect us if my son is alive?
Well, I know one thing it wouldn't do. It's change the way I feel about you.
Are you sure?
You know it wouldn't. That's not what you're so worried about, is it? You're worried about how you deal with having a child.
When my baby died, I convinced myself that I wasn't mother material. Oh, and then I was at the nurse's ball, and I saw little baby Christina, and I touched her. Couldn't help it. And she grabbed onto my pinky, and she wouldn't let go. It was like if she let go, I would disappear. Everyone would disappear. It was terrifying.
But you loved it.
Yeah, I did. I really did. I don't know. I just, God, you know, could you imagine having another a child in your life? I mean, it's the responsibility, you know, being responsible for a human being, another soul, would be. I'm getting ahead of myself again, aren't I? Oh, gee.
Listen, I always thought you'd make a terrific mother.
I think that's just about the nicest thing you could say to me right now.
Well, I guess the only thing left to do is go to Philadelphia and track down the doctor who delivered your baby. If that doesn't pan out, I guess we'll have to go see the county clerk and see if we can find a death certificate.
Have I told you lately that I love you?
Eve, if your son is out there, we'll find him. I promise.
Okay, time to pay up.
Later.
Now.
I don't have it all now.
Well, you better check again one more time. I don't think anybody would cry if I locked you in there with that loot.
Well, as a frankly love all diplomacy.
Here, take what I have.
What do you know? All of it.
Yeah? I must have miscounted.
Yeah, well, good thing one of us graduated from high school.
You sure you can handle this shipment, smart guy?
Don't you worry your brain cell thinking about it.
This keeps getting better and better.
So, I'm yelling at this judge because he overruled. And next thing I know, he has a heart attack and he keels over.
Oh, wait, you killed him?
I didn't kill him. I gave him CPR, saved him. I guess I made my point.
Okay, wait. Now I know where this tough guy image of yours comes from. But you like that, don't you? You want people to think you're tough.
Well, there you go again.
What?
What? Trying to get me to open up, talk about my feelings the way you psychiatrists like to do. You did that to me at the gazebo the other day, and you're trying to do it again now.
Opening up to me is not telling me a story about a judge having a heart attack. It's not as if you just told me your deepest, darkest secrets.
Well, I'm getting sick and tired of talking about myself. I'd rather talk about you.
Oh, well, there's not a lot to tell. I was your average precocious loner. I blossomed, went to some really good schools, had some high-profile jobs, and now I'm here in Port Charles, and I'm having drinks with Scott Baldwin.
Lucky you. So, where are you from?
I'm from New Jersey.
Jersey?
Mm-hmm.
Any brothers or sisters?
No, I'm an only child. I had parents with very high expectations, so I was an overachiever.
Well, it looks to me like you're still an overachiever.
I had to be to go to Columbia. That's where I did my undergrad and grad work.
Yeah? And what about med school?
Stanford.
And then General Hospital, huh?
With a few stops in between.
Well, it must have been quite a ride. Where Charles is lucky to be one of your stops.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You know, I think I could get used to it here. That is, if I had some more friends like you.
I wonder how Lucy would feel if she knew you were spending time with such a beautiful woman while she was away.
Keep it up, Bordezo, and you'll have more to worry about than who I'm having drinks with or what I'm doing.
Have a pleasant evening.
I'm sorry. Maybe it wasn't a good idea keeping you here at the restaurant.
Well, he's been trying to come between Lucy and me for months now, but he's wasting his time.
Anybody could see it would take a force of nature to come between the two of you.
How's Victor doing? Is he any better?
Well, actually, he turned in early. But we'll say a prayer and see how he is when you get here in the morning.
Actually, that's why I'm calling. We need to leave town for a while.
Leaving town?
Well, yes, we need some time away.
Well, it must be very important for you to leave town before your father's fully recovered.
It is.
Oh, could you leave a number so that I could reach you in case anything happened to Victor?
Well, to tell you the truth, I'm not sure where we'll be. So what if we keep in touch with you?
Does your trip have anything to do with what happened to Victor?
Wait. Go ahead. Tell her. It's okay.
Kevin?
Yeah, Mary. This is kind of a long story, but in a nutshell, Eve gave birth to a son several years ago, and she believed at the time that the baby died right after, but right now we're not so sure. So we're going down to Philadelphia to find out what really happened.
I didn't mean to be so insensitive.
You weren't. You were just worried.
You know, so many strange things have happened.
Well, hopefully you'll get to the bottom of one of them while we're down in Philly.
Will you call us when you get there and give our love to Eve?
Of course. Thanks.
Good luck. Did you know that Eve lost a son?
What did Kevin say?
Well, he said they're going to Philadelphia. They think he may still be alive.
I've got to stop him.